Irashaimase. Hello and welcome to Fataris' Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fataris. It's time once again for Shoot 'em Up Saturday, and on the menu this week we have 10 recommends from Next Fest Fall 2024. What kind of taste will they have? Let's get cooking and find out. It's time once again for another Steam Next Fest. Here are 10 shoot 'em ups I recommend you try if you get the chance. All of these were played on a Steam Deck, which they performed beautifully on, so definitely keep that in mind. With all that said, diving into the first title, we have Aaron Blade from developer AnimaBox. These days, I am a little leery when I'm approaching a new vertical scroller with 3D graphics, as oftentimes I don't feel the developers quite get things right. They focus too much on the graphics and not enough on the gameplay and the other elements that make a shoot 'em up great. But Aaron Blade is one that, going and playing the 2.5-minute caravan mode demo that's available, it felt good. The enemy patterns and the way that the enemies moved really worked. It had great sound effects, and admittedly the graphics were pretty good on this one. So give this one a try and see how it feels for you as well. Next, we have Candy Rangers from developer Mechano. I love a good rail shooter, and Candy Ranger takes that and brings a whole lot of uniqueness to the table. So rather than just simply controlling a ship or something like that, you're controlling 4 different characters. You have the ability to jump, you have the ability to slide, a couple other elements like that. The interesting thing is, as you're moving your reticle around, you're actually targeting with the 4 characters you're controlling, and depending on which face button you press, you'll get a different type of attack, each effective against certain types of enemies, which are indicated on the enemies themselves. Going into this one, I wasn't sure what to expect with the demo, but it was one of the ones I had the most fun with. Not only that, but there's a ton of content to this demo, so it'll give you a good idea of if Candy Rangers is a title that'll be right for you. Definitely give this one a taste, it's delicious. Now we have Crystal Breaker from developer Teradine. The latest from Teradine Games, this one feels a lot like they took some of their other projects and rolled it into a new title. If you've played Star Gigant, it plays a lot like that one. So if you liked that one or titles like Star Soldier, check this one out. As far as core mechanics are concerned, it's really based around this close range attacking system where the closer you are to an enemy, if you attack them, you'll get crystals, which will build up for big bonuses and combos and points, and that's really what this is all about. The potential for score attacks for this one is off the charts, so if you like that kind of gameplay, this is definitely one to try. Next up, Elite Exorcist Moo from developer Tianya. This title is an ambitious twin-stick shoot-'em-up starring a Hololive VTubers, specifically Miko. It's full of solid mechanics. The shooting feels great. You have a melee parry mechanic that helps power that up using combos. There's these gathering mechanics that are used to craft items to make your future runs better. But above all that, the real star of the show here are the challenging boss battles. We're treated to boss battles against other Hololive VTubers, each which has their own certain flavors to them, in these multi-stage bullet hell fights that are challenging but rewarding to ultimately overcome. So if you're looking for a demo that has a ton of content, really of all these demos, I've put more time into this one than any other, and I still haven't fully experienced everything the game has in just the demo alone. But this is a title that I'm definitely looking forward to just based off of this demo alone. Now we have Kamikaze Empire from developer Kamikaze Kobo. Kamikaze Empire is a horizontal scroller that uses an interesting incremental system. The game is full of checkpoints and you need to shoot, bomb, and kamikaze yourself to clear the stages, sometimes just moving from one checkpoint to the next as you deal with more and more difficult enemies. Ultimately, you're trying to clear a stage with as few deaths as possible, but if you do, or especially having recently played Mortal from UFO 50, this title was one that I thought the concept was really neat, so if you're looking for something a little bit different, although it is in Japanese only, give Kamikaze Empire a try. Next is Rain Chaser from developer Komod. A vertical scrolling bullet hell, one of the things that really stands out about this particular title to me is the beautiful pixel art and the great use of the palette they chose for the game. But art aside, this demo is full of really solid but challenging bullet hell gameplay. But if that's what you're looking for, a title that's a little more about the basics, then Rain Chaser's one that I definitely think you should try. Now we find ourselves at Randomax from developer Astroport. Definitely one of my favorite demos of all the ones I tried. This one is a lot of fun. So it's a vertical scroller with some light roguelite elements to it. Basically, you have 3 buttons with weapons equipped to each one, but you have limited ammunition. However, throughout the course of a run, you'll encounter shops that will allow you to equip new weapons to those particular buttons. And some of the options that are there are a lot of fun to use. There's 72 different weapons in total, and some of the ones I encountered, like one of my favorites is this volcano gun, where you're firing these fiery balls that light enemies on fire. It will hit enemies in front and behind. There were also ones where I was throwing shuriken, ones where you're pulsing out from the ship itself, ones that are more standard like lasers. It's a lot of fun to see what you can potentially get and just how everything feels. In addition to that, it's from developer Astroport, so they have a solid track record, especially if you like their titles. This one is an easy recommend, but definitely, as much fun as I had, I can't recommend the Randomax demo enough. Now we have our true roguelite entry in Sequest Dungeon from developer Alchemist Game. This twin stick is a roguelite in the truest sense. Every run will be built a little bit different, as every single room we complete in our underwater dungeon will give us something different. We'll have a selection of either stats, upgrades, skills, or buffs. In addition to that, as we finish them, sometimes rooms will have multiple paths where we can choose between skills or money. Think something along the lines of Hades. So there are also some upgrades that you can get at the beginning of the run as well, although some of the progression systems are locked in the demo, but you can unlock different weapons to start with. You can unlock different progression for your sub. So ultimately, this is one that I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. That's Sequest Dungeon. For our penultimate entry, we have Sectori from developer Kimo Latinen. This one is my favorite of all the demos I've tried. Basically, think Geometry Wars combined with Vampire Survivors and a little bit of Gradius. A great combination. It's a frenetic twin stick with unique combination of mechanics. As you defeat enemies, they drop experience. Collect enough experience and you get these green power-up items that will allow you to upgrade on a bar on the left. But it's Gradius style, where if you collect more of those, it goes higher and higher. So if you want to upgrade your speed, that's the very first one. And well, like Gradius, you want at least 1, maybe 2 speed. But if you want to upgrade your shot, you have to climb all the way to the top of the bar. That whole mechanic there is so enticing. And in addition to that, there are other elements that are going on there. There's a card mechanic where if you get a certain power-up, it will add additional power-ups to your ship itself, or triangle, well, whatever. It's Geometry Wars as far as the whole shape is concerned. So if you're looking for something that scratches that kind of arcadey itch, of all these demos, none do it better than Sectori. And this demo only has one of the game modes planned in the game itself, so I can't tell you how much I'm waiting for more of this game just so I can get my hands on more of the content. The demo itself is only 6 minutes long. I've played through that 6 minutes multiple times now, and it's just never been enough. Definitely give this one a try, Sectori. Which brings us to our final demo, Shockwave Triggers from developer Shinu Real Arts. Another very solid vertical scrolling bullet hell. Shockwave Triggers is from the developer of Wings of Blue Star, so if you liked that title, then this is definitely one I encourage you to check out. It's got great pixel art, awesome boss fights, and some really fun, unique bomb mechanics where you're using your shockwaves to help cancel out enemy bullets. Also, although I didn't try it out, this was one of the few demos I tried from this Next Fest that offered 2-player co-op, so that's definitely a plus in its flavor as well. This is another one I played through the demo multiple times and had a blast doing so every time, so I can definitely recommend our final entry on the list, Shockwave Triggers. And there you have it. 10 demos from Steam's Fall 2024 Next Fest served up for your enjoyment. I've definitely come to appreciate these Next Fests as it does a wonderful job providing a preview of what's to come for not just shoot-em-ups, but gaming in general. So if you've tried these demos, definitely give the creators a wish list just to help out bring a little more attention to the titles themselves. With all that said, I want to say thank you so much for joining us for this week's episode of Shoot 'em Up Saturday. As always, we hope you have a wonderful week yourself, and we look forward to seeing you again next time.